Hey guys, so last few days I've received a few different kinds of emails, so I figure to make a video, kind of touching on a couple of different topics. So a lot of the times we've talked about starting your journey, but there are a lot of people that have been on their journey, and I always say this: losing the weight is the easiest part. Keeping it off for good is absolutely the hardest part. A lot of people that have lost weight naturally, a lot of people that have lost weight through surgery, relapse. Um, they they get too comfortable, like anything in life. I try to apply basic life principles to weight loss principles for everybody, and we get too freaking comfortable. I have had a friend lose 130 pounds, and he called me up after about a year and a half and said, I've gained 200 pounds. So I said, okay. So we put on all the weight and added 70. And he said, yes. And I said, what happened? He thought he was fixed. That's really what it came down to. You know, it broke my heart. It made me sad, but we're working with it now. But the thing is he got a greater understanding of who he is, not who he thought he was. Huge, huge difference. When someone goes like myself at 475 pounds starting, and you get down to 350 and you get down to 300 and you break that 300-pound mark, you almost instantly think, I'm better. You almost think that I'm healed. And you hit the 299 mark and now you're moving. So you don't exercise for a day or two. Your buddies want to go out for a couple of drinks. You don't go to the gym on a Saturday and Sunday, and you take the weekend off. And come Monday, you wake up and you get on the scale and you weigh 308. And you go, how is it possible that I put on 9 pounds in a couple of days? And well, between water and crappy eating and no exercise, it happens. But it's right then and there that separates the people that are going to continue and the people that are going to relapse. Because for me, I did that a couple of different times within a few short weeks, and I said, this has to stop. I can't do this anymore. And so what happens is we allow outside chatter, which I've talked about. We've allowed outside chatter to try to pull us back in, say, oh, let's go out and let's go do this. You can't. This single-handedly has to be the hardest thing and something that you work the hardest at. Losing weight is one thing. Gaining control of your life is absolutely the hardest thing about this, is making those choices and making the correct decisions when you think, I'm safe. Because guess what? You're not safe. You aren't safe. You can't eat like your friends. You cannot not exercise like your friends. We have stretched our bodies. Okay, we've adapted our brains to say when we're hungry we should eat, and you miss those foods and you don't want to work out and it's raining outside or it's snowing outside or it's 108 degrees outside, you don't want to go outside. So one of the easiest things that somebody said, what keeps you motivated, is I don't put the crap food in my house. So on the day that I don't want to go outside, guess what I can't do? I can't binge eat on garbage. There's no garbage in the house. Now I've told everybody, and a lot of people know this about me, I'm very basic. So for me, simplicity is don't put the food in the house. The food's not in the house. So if I don't want to work out one day, well, guess what? I still have to get my meals. There's a lot of people that aren't going to go to the gym. What do? Well, if you don't want to work out outside or you don't want to go for a walk, You can always work out at home. The days that you don't want to work out, the bad food's not in the house if you're not buying it. There's no secret stash anymore. We all had them. We've all had our secret stashes in drawers at work and under the bed and all kinds of places. In a shoe in a closet. It's been there. We've all done it. So that's one thing that I wanted to touch on, is for the people that have lost a bulk of the weight. We need to touch on all aspects of obesity. Something else that came across to me, it came across and it was a little derogatory because they thought that I was picking on them about surgery. I don't have anything against surgery, as I've said this time and time again, for the people that I think is saving their lives. I've known people to be 250 pounds and they get gastric, or they've had the lap band. My problem with that is someone's not pushing you hard enough to try to do something on your own. And people come back and say, Biggie, I've tried. You haven't tried hard enough. We'll be honest. So they had the surgery. And the one thing that I don't like about the surgeries is it doesn't make everybody better. It doesn't help everyone. The after classes to how to live your life, they're not there. And that's it hurts to see. I've had a friend. He had it. He's not that different from before surgery. He's lost weight, but guess what? He's right back to what he's doing. He thinks because you can't eat as much, you can still eat the same foods. No. So if you used to eat 2 pizzas, now you can just I'm able to eat a half a pizza. No. And this is what drives me crazy. This is the thing that I am against. I would much rather somebody try to do it naturally. I would much rather someone try to do this naturally so they can stumble along the foods, not gorge themselves in a smaller amount and be miserable because you want to throw up and you feel. I've seen it firsthand. Now, people are going to say not everybody's like that. And no, that's very true. So if you're not like that after surgery, make some freaking videos. Get yourself out there and help people. I encourage everybody to support everybody trying to lose weight. That's what this comes down to. Now, another thing. Another email came to me and said, how did you stay motivated? And I've talked about this before. Motivation comes in different phases. For me, when I first started, it was because I almost watched my buddy die. I was just as big as him in a tiny bathroom. I almost had a heart attack trying to prop him up from a lying, almost dead position. A dead weight of a person try to pick him up, it's not going to happen. So my motivation at the time was not dying. But after you lose 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, motivation starts changing because now this is starting to work. Now the head's starting to say, hey, Biggie, let's try to get in those 48 jeans. Let's try to get in those 46 jeans. Let's try to get into a 3XL from a 5XL. So your motivation changes. And I think that each phase you have to pick that motivation and you have to really write that down. And I used to write things everywhere. I still do. I still have Post-it notes, and there's Post-it notes over here, and there's Post-it notes over there, and there's Post-it notes on my refrigerator. There's Post-it notes on my bathroom mirror. It's a battle. It's a constant brain over matter battle. You know, your brain says, not today. But the mirror says, today. You gotta do it today. So I think that what people really need to do is maybe write down their motivations. Pick a first phase. What got you started? What got you on this journey? A lot of people email me and say, I want to see my kids grow up. That should be a huge one. But you first need a self motivator. You need something for self. What is it that you've always wanted for yourself? That should probably be your first motivation. Then use your children, then use your husband, then use your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. We have a lot of parents that, died or are still very obese. We don't want to live when they're 60 and 70. We don't want to live like them. That's a motivator. But just write your motivations down. Don't be afraid not to share it. Don't be afraid to say, hey, I want to get laid. Okay, that's a great motivation. Who wouldn't? But people are so worried about what other people think. And I got to tell you, I don't give a shit. I don't care what people think of my motivation because this is my life. This is me. I'm not trying to impress anybody with what you think or don't think about what my motivation is. So, last but not least, I want to talk about I get a lot of emails, people saying I need some advice. So ask Biggie. Maybe we should start to Ask Biggie, and I think it'd be awesome. Guys and gals, when you lose weight and the class of ass starts to change for you, and there's guys and gals that are hitting on you that you've never expected or would have thought that a certain guy would be trying to talk to you, or a gal trying to talk to a guy, or same sex, whatever, don't lose yourself. Because there are people that lose themselves, have sex with 10 different, 20 different people because now they can get ass, and you're going to get used like a community pool. And eventually, everybody's gotten in. And all that does is still make you that person, just with a really shitty personality, a terrible outlook, and I've seen it too many times. I've seen people lose weight and just lose their minds because they feel that they're better than the next obese person. They don't think that they are the same. Guess what? You are the same. And the one thing that we have that the skinnies don't usually is a personality of gold. We're funny. We're caring. We have heart. Hell, we'll make you a sandwich. Okay? There are too many people that lose weight and forget where they came from. Don't be that person. I know too many people right now that are like that. I choose not to associate myself with them because my passion is to help people. My passion is not to be an asshole. So, think about that. Think about what you guys are doing and why you're doing it. Because it's going to happen to you. I have all these little funny sayings, but the class of ass is going to change. When you're 475 pounds, there's not a lot of girls running around trying to get at you. 300 pounds? A few. 250? A lot more. Put some muscle on? Tons more. But are you the same person? Stay the same person on the inside. You can change. You can be healthier. You can make better choices. But don't become an asshole. Guy or gal. Don't be a dick. So, if you guys have questions, I'm going to start trying to make videos that touch on everything. And it's freaking hot in my damn house right now. So anyways, I'd like to start making videos like this to help some people because people have questions. And I think it's easier to make a video, sometimes a little longer, and I apologize. I try to talk faster. Sometimes it doesn't work. So if there are questions, email them to me, biggie@eataskinny.com, BIGGIE@EATASKINNY.com, or leave them in the comments. Hit me up on Facebook at Love a Biggie, and I'll answer them as I can. And if I'm helpful, I'm helpful. And if I'm not, make your own damn video.